Hey there, everyone. Happy Thursday. I I am already trained into doing this on Wednesdays. That was full on. Happy Win. No, tomorrow's
Happy
Friday.
when Thursday.
Is exactly what day of the week it is. It's Win Thursday. Tomorrow is with Friday.
Exactly.
Uh, Welcome to another awesome episode of recapping. What's the name of the show? Not Game of Thrones. That's what I'm currently watching.
House of the
House of the
Dragon.
Dragon. I'm watching them all at the same time, and they're all just going together.
It's been a week. It's been a week.
Oh, has it? So, welcome to this week's episode with Dana and myself for Obscure Orations. So, let's dig into to the episode. I can see the screen in the background doing things now.
Sorry, it's my husband's workstation back there.
Ah, okay. So, what did you think? Oh! You know what? I know where to start now. As I was about to say things, I'm like, oh, I got better. We were both wrong. We made bets last week about what was going to happen with Allison once Aegon got home.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I'm old.
I Unagi, I just remembered.
Unagi.
It's like,
Hair
oh,
sticking up here.
your hair's like, I remember. I remember.
Pick me.
And you're sitting there like, down, you, down. Be gone, Spot.
Control yourself.
So I was surprised because I remember while watching it, I had the thought in mind of, oh, Dana and I are both wrong. She wasn't there by his bed. Like, my guess was that she was going to be there by her bedside, feel guilty about it, torn up to try and show some form of character.
Well, she saw him and walked away. So technically she was there. Technically.
She did the very bare minimum. Oh, he's here.
I mean, we know she's Mother of the Ural. Mother of the Year. Y'all.
Ural.
Y'all.
Mother of the Ural. Like, she takes the cake every time you think that she couldn't get any worse. I mean, she didn't do what you had said she was going to do. You had bet that she was going to see Eamon and be like, what, you didn't like finish the job, but all right, good job, well done. Like, she didn't go there. So
Yeah.
like, we were both
Yet.
wrong.
We still have another episode.
No, that's true. You're just sitting over there like, go up to Eamon, confess.
Yeah, the people on the House of the Dragon groups on Facebook. My God, some of them are so brutal. It's funny. I mean, me, you, and V. We've got our little group of meme exchanging going on.
Oh God, yes.
But some of those people are so fucking brutal when they're talking about, like the conspiracy theories popping up, like why did Aegon get burnt? Targaryens don't burn. Fuck.
I have to laugh because I've
it's
seen
like,
that.
And it's like, people, for limited time, they can handle the heat. It's kind of like your steak. You put it in the oven when it's hot and you get this sizzle, but you got to take it off or it burns. You get the point?
Well, and George R.R. Martin, I just saw something like either last night or the night before that was talking about it, where George was like, yeah, it happened once in the original novels when Khaleesi has that happen. I didn't realize until rewatching the show, like, I've seen the show, this is my fourth time all the way through that I'm going to be watching it. And I hadn't realized before, because you don't pick everything up. There's so much going on that every time, I mean, you completely missed Pedro Pascal.
So, it's true.
You missed an entire human being. So it's one of those things, like, you miss a lot when you watch it, and then every time that you watch it, you see something new. This was the first time because I had seen, oh no, I lied. I Googled it because I had seen the crap online about, well, how come Dany didn't burn? But, Numbskull over there's all burnt to a crisp. Well, so I looked at it and like people are arguing, they're like, well, it's not dragon fire, it's not as hot, so it doesn't count. I'm like, I don't think that's the reasoning. And then I had seen someone put a comment, something about, yeah, people just don't understand blood magic. I'm like, oh,
Oh.
interesting. And then it clicked this time when watching that that's what it was when she has that witch with her and she binds her to the pyre and she says, I need you for this. I'm like, oh, a life for a life. The same blood magic that she used to try and keep Drogo alive. She did a life for life. It was her unborn child for a vegetated state, called Drogo, but it was the same kind of concept. I'm like, oh, I think I get it now.
Yeah.
And then I guess like in the books, just because like we've said, I've never read them. I have them all, but they're so fucking thick and daunting
And we all know
because
you're not the world's fastest reader.
no, that will definitely be one of those things where it'll be a combination of reading as well as audiobooks because that shit is long and descriptive. And I can remember my uncle was reading it or trying to read the books back when the show was still on TV, and he was like, "There's a lot of names." He's like, "The show cuts out a lot of these names, and there's a lot of names." I'm
Well,
like, "Oh shit."
you saw in the group chat the family tree that I sent you and Fee,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
I'm like, who are these people?
It's like, what? 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 What?
I mean, in a way, it's kind of like looking at my own family tree.
When
I
you look
had
at
an
your own and go, who?
uncle.
Who you? What do you mean I got a niece? Who this? New phone. Who this?
Pretty much, right?
But
So
I
yeah.
guess, well, so George was explaining in some interview, I think like in the 90s or some shit like that. He was like, that was a special event. It happened one time in the novels where she got fired up and then got the dragons from it. So it was a bit of magic. That's why she was able to do it. He was like, Targaryens burn. Fire hurts them. They are not inflammable. Like they're not inflammable,
Flame
unflammable,
retardant.
flame retardant. There's the words I'm looking for. I'm like, that's not right. So they catch fire quite easily, no different than any other human being and thing on this planet. And I was like, oh, now it's Unagi. It's all making more sense now. And
Oh, excuse
clearly,
me.
with Aegon, it did not go well for him. As
Okay.
like, are you thinking like the sound effects that came from it as they were cutting it off of him?
The setting of the broken bones.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
I'm gonna be flat out honest with you. When Allison went into his room, when Allison went in there and she was looking at him, I turned to Norm and I'm like, she's gonna take that pillow and he's like, that's kind of dark. I'm like, she thought about it with Viserys, I'm telling you.
Oh, she definitely did with him. Like, come on. She definitely thought about killing her husband. And I wouldn't be surprised if she thought about using it to kill her son just because she's like, God, he's so dumb. Oh boy. But, 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 it's funny because I think it was just last week we talked about this, where we were talking about um, how they couldn't have a female take the throne because of their. Oh, excuse
See,
me.
it's contagious.
Yeah, it fucking is.
See me point.
um,
It's contagious.
um, but we had talked about the fact that a female couldn't take over the throne because there were the male heirs and because they were so hot and heavy about it, like, oh, it can only be men who attack this throne. We started a whole war over it. And then Allison got her ass handed to her as she stood up, going, well, I've had this role before. I'll be the Queen Regent again, which, by the way, is the episode's name is Regent. Um, and just how like bold and cocky she's like, Yeah, I've done this before. I have experience. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. And they all, just every single man there. Um, no.
It's true.
I liked that they went around individually. I want to say it was the Grand Maester who was the only one who was like, I think that she should have the role. She's done it before. We know she can handle it. She should be the one in charge of it. And then everyone else was like, no.
No, it was like Aegon was, or Aemon was sitting right there.
Just, I would say he was sitting right there and he was all eager. Yep, I'll be acting protector of the realm. Don't worry, I got this. Like, but she did call him on his shit like right away. Yeah, his temper's gotten the best of him. He's made several piss poor decisions, and you all want him to sit on the throne. Like, she makes good arguments.
Yes and no. Yes and no, because I'm not sure any of the well, I'm not sure that all of the decisions that she made were smart.
That's
I
understatement.
and I mean, we absolutely know that none of the decisions that Aegon made were smart. So maybe it's something within the family blood, you know.
It's gotta be. It's something in the wine they're drinking or the food they're eating. They're like, what are you doing? Make dumb decisions. That's the way to go.
The cirrhosis is catching up to them.
I hadn't even thought about that. Cirrhosis of the liver. It'll get you. It'll get you every time. Oh,
Drink a glass of fucking water. Can't. It's contaminated.
only wine. Only wine. I drink and I know things.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So, what do you think about our dear Damon and everything going on there?
I think we are watching Damon's descent into madness. I think if House of the Dragon was set in 2024, Damon would have a classic case of schizophrenia. The fact that he is not only imagining people that aren't there,
like having sex with his own mother,
but then he's having sex with his mom, and he's talking to her, and the old man in the castle like, dude, yeah, you know. Yeah, so I do think I think that we are having the by seeing this happening to him, it's kind of like the slow build up to his fall.
And that's kind of what I'm wondering, is that, like, because of not having read enough of that book to know what's truly going on for him, it's, I know obviously Harrenhal is cursed. Everyone's always said that, like, that's
Right.
And I mean, you think about it too. He's over there trying to build up the castle, and we know it never really gets to super much because it still looks pretty damn decrepit by the time that you get to Game of Thrones.
It's still leaking on his bed.
Yeah, and it's like drip, 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 drip. But him just trying to do stuff, and he's just doing it all wrong. Like, I just, he's making me mad, and I've absolutely loved his character because he's so volatile. However, I don't love him being like, ew, yeah, I'm the king. Rhaenyra can rule with me as my queen. The fuck
Yeah,
she can.
She can be the queen consort.
And it's
You'll
like,
address me as your grace. No, I won't.
Yeah, exactly. You get over here. Your mama didn't spank you enough. Oh, that's right, she died. That'd probably be a little harsh.
Maybe she spanked him too much, and that's why he's dreaming about having sex with her. Okay.
Like, that part confused me at first. I think we sent messages in the group, and at the same time I was saying to Mom,
Is that his mama?
I had just looked at her. I'm like, oh, it kind of looks like Emma. Viserys's wife. I was like, oh, he's like, he's always wanted his sister's wife. And as I was saying that, all of a sudden, she's like, my favorite son. And they kissed. I'm like,
I know.
what?
I'm so glad that I wasn't snacking at that time.
I
I
would
probably
have
would have,
choked.
you know.
I was,
But I mean, God bless them. God bless the people writing and producing and doing whatever else to this show for addressing the incest.
the gigantic incest in
Because
the room.
let's think about it, right? Harry Potter.
Mm.
Hermione was known as a mudblood,
Mm-hmm.
as she had Muggle parents.
Yep.
What was the whole reason why Lord Voldemort was there? What was his main agenda? It basically was to rid the world of Muggles and have purebloods.
Which again is ironic, seeing as he was a mudblood.
Right. So, how do you
I
get
think.
purebloods?
Yeah.
It's just Harry Potter went about it in the childish way. Aha, purebloods, mudbloods.
Where you're like, how do you keep those?
There was no written word saying that the Malfoys were brother and sister or cousins or whatever, right?
Well, I mean, you think about that family tree in Order of the Phoenix, I think, is when they go to the Black House.
The
And
Black
the
House.
entire, the entire wall is just wallpaper of a gigantic tree. And they're kind of like, oh, yeah, so and so married so and so, and so married so and so. And you're kind of like,
But they're
those,
related.
those apples are so close. Wait, are those
Yeah.
apples from the same tree? Oh, they're from the same branch.
Yeah. So and I get it. Harry Potter was for the adolescent crowd.
Mm-hmm.
House of the Dragon is not. I mean, I would have not let my 10-year-old anywhere near the TV when that was on.
God, no.
And not just because of like the language. I mean, they heard me swearing from the fucking get-go. I think my daughter's first word was fuck.
I could believe that.
Pretty sure it was. Well, yeah, because like she was like, I don't know, 4. Yeah, 4. And she was in the back of my mom's van, and they were looking at Christmas lights, and she's like, Jesus Christ, Nana, would you look at those lights? So yeah.
Still from you.
So yeah. The swearing, not so much, but like the
more like adult
and
themes.
not even the nudity, but the sexual innuendos, the sex. It's like let's be blatant. I would not want my 10-year-old seeing somebody getting a blowjob.
Well, think about having to try and explain all of that. Like,
right.
There'd be like, it's not just a simple
time.
like,
when a woman's gonna say to you, "Do you want me to?"
Well, and think about it. Like, how do you explain in today's day and age to a younger person, kid of whatever, like 10 to 12, who might have come across this and they're like, oh, they're uncle and niece. That's a normal love. And you're like, no.
Or
no.
their brother and sister.
Yep. Or, mother and son. Like,
exactly.
These are all things where you're like, oh, you're not ready for these conversations. It's
there should be a fucking disclaimer. Trigger warning, like something,
This will make you have to have really uncomfortable conversations with your kids. Do not let them see
your children watch.
Make sure they are in bed, fast asleep. Put it on, have it nice and low so only you can hear it. They're still sleeping. Not coming to you in the morning. What are twins and why are they fucking? What?
Overall, I thought the episode was very slow compared to
Yes.
the week before with the epic dragon battle and Rhaenys and Melee's succumbing to their injuries.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to bring it up. So yeah, I found the episode very humdrum. Like I expected the shit hit the fan. I expected it to keep blowing because there's only 8 episodes in this season, and we're through 6 of them.
5. You keep adding
5.
on an extra episode like you're trying to
No,
deny us. Stop it.
I'm sorry. So there's
3
basically
more.
three episodes
Yep.
left, and they've got to kill off this many people. You know what I
Well,
mean? But oh yeah, we don't know if they're actually going to die this season or not.
I was going to say that's the thing is that it's hard to tell until last week's episode when they finally gave a definitive, oh, it's only been a couple weeks since Viserys died. You
Which
didn't
shocked the
know.
fuck out of me because I'm like, oh my god, there's some weeks I don't even make my bed, and you guys have like had a funeral, a war, killed 85,000 people, 3 dragons, sent off the boats, had 2 bastard sons, and it's been a week.
And you're like, how the hell does
I'm
time
lucky
work
to
over
get
there?
I'm lucky to get dinner made.
That was exactly my thought when they said that. I'm like, a matter of weeks? Really? That's it? It's like, okay, y'all have a lot going on in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, because
So,
like it literally means that Rhaenyra in that
mhm,
very first episode where we see her flying what's her dragon? Anyways, we see
Caraxes?
yes,
No,
we see her flying her dragon to look for her
Luke.
son's corpse,
Mm-hmm.
and you think she's got a whole fucking ocean to look through, and God knows how many beaches, towns,
Mm-hmm.
landscaping, right? And they make it sound like she's been gone for weeks because like when she comes
Right?
back, her son hugs her like he hasn't seen her in weeks, and it was probably in their time 5 minutes.
Well, that's what I was thinking because it's like, okay, now knowing that, like the way that Damon and the council make it sound, it's like, oh, she's been neglecting her duty for ages now. And then you get the time reference and you're like, okay, it's been a matter of weeks. So that means that she probably, and that's weeks since the death of her father, not since the death of her son. He died afterwards. So it's like, by this point in time, it might have been days, like a few days at most, that she was going do 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 trying to look for him, and you
Yeah,
all are losing your shit and saying that she's horrible and all this stuff. And I'm like, you're all assholes. Now I think you're all assholes.
exactly. I
It's like
thought the same
Jesus,
thing. I'm like, my God, she lost her son. She's grieving, and you're calling her horrible, horrible names and thinking that she actually had time to send out henchmen to kill Aegon.
right? Like having a timeline to it gives it such a different feeling compared to what is happening in the show, where you're like, okay, this is very much different than what I was picturing. It's like, you all need to take a chill pill. I get it.
Right?
You're under attack. That's fine. But fuck off. You're being mean.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, Team Black,
Oh
because
god,
I,
yeah.
I I just think that the way that the story is going and the way, and I mean I know it's the way that George wrote the book too, just to make Rhaenyra look like this horrible person, and you're like, my God, I don't even know if I'd be able to function if one of my kids died.
Right?
Never mind be able to launch a fucking attack on my neighbor in King's Landing. But stories, right? Stories, fables.
Well,
But yeah, I did. I felt the episode was lacking compared to the week before, and I was really hoping for more action. Like, okay, they brought Melee's head through the town, and they brought
And Jesus.
Aegon to the Meisters. So let's see some retaliation. Like, what's going on? Nothing, and there was nothing about Rhaenys, like, other than seeing Corlys.
Yeah. Like, well, okay,
But
so
like there was I would have thought that they would have showed maybe uh Rhaenyra, being heartbroken that
Rhaenys had died.
exactly that
Something like
she died. They lost a dragon. Nothing. So I don't.
honestly, it was one of those things where like you're expecting. So I don't know if you've ever played the game Skyrim.
Uh,
Okay, so have you ever beaten it or no? Like, well,
fuck no.
I should say the main story quest. There's never any beating it because there's 5 bajillion million quests to do, but the
Yeah.
main quest. So talk about like a really big build up. There's this whole thing. You're the Dragonborn. You're supposed to go get the World Eater. You're supposed to bring him to an end. You go to uh, Sovngarde. Is that the name of their place in there? Their version of Valhalla. You go there. You get into there. You attack the dragon. You win. You're like, oh yeah, death to you. And then next thing you know, you're brought back down to earth. You're like, I'm the champion. I just took out the destroyer of worlds, the ender of all time. And a guard walks up and goes, let me guess, someone stole your sweet roll? I'm like, really? There's nothing? There's no celebration. There's no acknowledging the fact that I just averted the apocalypse. Not a
Yeah.
damn thing. I'm like, it was that kind of a feeling where you're like, okay, I expected to have my heart shattered some more in this episode because I thought for sure her grandbabies, her husband, and like even Rhaenyra would be completely distraught over the fact that it was like, okay, you're in Rhaenyra's case, a very close friend, like a mother figure,
Yeah.
and someone who understood what she was going through. And instead, she's just like, I'm sad about it. I'm heartbroken. Your grandmother was like a mother
Lies.
to me. It's like, really? This is it? That's all you've got? You disappeared for days over your son. You have all these other emotions. And the woman that you actually grew up with and have known for decades. And you're like, yeah, she's dead. Oh, and that dragon that she used to ride along?
She
Yeah,
did
she's
too.
dead too. It's like,
Yeah. So
um,
I have high hopes for Sunday. I'm thinking
yeah.
that there's going to be some action on Sunday.
And
So
I should
like,
say,
good.
oh, I was just going to say, but I will say that it was a slower moving show, like a slower moving episode this week, but it was still good. Like it still gave us a lot of
Mhm.
story and it set up like the information that we got from it highly sets us up for okay, this is where we're going towards. So it's
Yeah.
one of those where it was a story driven episode instead of being a battle driven episode.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, I enjoy them. It's just once you've had the battles, then you crave them. It's like getting tattoos. You
It's
crave them.
true. It's
You're like,
true.
give me more mayhem.
Yeah, so
And and I was gonna say, and although I think my favorite part was Christian Cole breaking up with the Queen.
yeah, well, she drank the tea, so
Yeah, what should you do? Yeah, guess what? I drank the moon juice. Like,
yeah, that yeah. I'm not sure if that was necessary that we saw that. It just could have been implied. Like we didn't need to see him. I don't want to be with you anymore. You know? And her like,
yeah, well, I don't want to be with you either. So,
well
I
fuck you
didn't.
too.
Yeah, exactly. I liked her comeback. I didn't give you leave to use my name. It's like, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Your Majesty. Fuck you too, then, and the white horse you rode in on.
Fuck you too, my Grace.
We would so not survive very long. Like if you took us
No.
now and brought us back to then, we would be so mouthy, we'd be dead within a day. They'd be like, "Ye do not know when to shut the mouth."
I'd be in shackles somewhere, I'm sure of it.
And not even being sorry about it. Yeah, you call these fucking shackles? I could do better than that.
Although, I am glad that Eamon took down the rat catchers.
Yes, I'm glad. Like that was his very first
And
call.
I'm gonna be honest. Somebody needs to feed that fucking dog. I do not like knowing that dog has been sitting there watching his master's body sway in the breeze.
To the point of being boned.
Like, I'm and again, they're bones, but only a couple weeks have passed. I'm sorry. How long does it take the human body to decay, mummify? Anyone? Bueller?
Yeah, see, that was the part that I didn't understand either. When I saw that, I'm like, doesn't that take a while? Like even hanging out in the sun. Like if there's any forensic people that watch this, could you please comment and tell us?
Right.
Like, because I have questions now. I'm like, this doesn't feel like it's accurate. But I'm with you. The moment I saw that dog, I was like, oh, he still loves his master. Oh, he's still there. It's like someone needs to fucking adopt that dog.
Probably thinking, throw me a thigh bone.
I just want to eat my master's leg.
Hangry.
That's all.
I'm angry.
So now, are you? So they talked about at the end of the episode dragon seeds and all the, and descendants of the bloodline. Now, I've been waiting for something about this basically the entire season so far because they've been showing people who either are in one episode or a couple episodes, but they're nothing big. You're just kind of like, I don't know who this fucking guy. Hi, Bob. Like, go away. Now, apparently, a few of them are going to be very big to the story. And one of them I'd kind of wondered since he made his plea to the king, if he was a Targaryen or Valerian, because of his suspiciously white blonde hair. And he's the one who's he's making the war machines for them, the ballistas. So he's got the sick daughter. He's supposedly, obviously it's not confirmed yet as far as I know, but he is a dragon seed. So he's going to be one of the main ones who ends up going and rides one of the biggins.
Ooh.
So I'm like, oh, there's going to be some good dragoning. It's going to be a word now.
Is that a word?
It's going to be a word now. Wait, new
By
word.
The power invested in me, dragoning is a word.
I'm making a hashtag for it. It's going to be a thing. What are you doing? I'm dragoning later today. What are you doing?
Dragoning, what are you doing?
Such a good pickup line. Hey, you want a dragon later? Yeah, I'm dragoning with you. Woo!
Hey, baby, you want to go for a ride on my dragon?
And okay. This is why we can't have nice things.
It's pretty much. So now, I'm gonna get real close. Hi. I want to kind of go off. So are we done? Are we done talking about House of the Dragon?
Sure.
Okay, so friends, if you're still with us,
I would say reminder: these are not scripted.
I got questions. So, Tay and I are working our tailbones off to get to 1,000 followers because I'm going to Scotland, England, and Ireland in the fall, and I want to be able to go live.
Ooh.
While I'm there. Like bring Tay into the live and go live. In order to do that, we need 1,000 followers, and we're sitting at 550. Now, here's my question. If we were to eat like fucking pigs, would we get more followers? I'm only asking because when I flip through TikTok, I see these people that are eating, like, if my children ate like that, I would have bitch slapped them at my fucking dinner table. I see these people, they've got like a hamburger and they dip it in a fucking bowl of ranch or sour cream or whatever the fuck it is. And they take this ginormous bite, which I'm thinking, oh my God, is somebody standing off in the sidelines in case
Right.
you start choking? Because you're going to need the Heimlich. Sauce all over their fucking faces, and they're chewing with their mouths open. 56,000 followers. What are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? Do I need to like start feeding Tay on camera in order to get followers? Like I'm not above whoring myself out. Like I just don't understand this whole So Tay knows. People know. In the last year I've been on a journey that I've lost 62 pounds. I mean, I still need some more. Yeah, I still got rolls. But you know what? If y'all want to see me eat a cheesecake, I will. If it's gonna get me some followers to go live.
Oh my God.
My pea-sized brain cannot fathom why intelligent women who do a podcast and we have guests on and we talk about smart things and we're knowledgeable and we can't get more than 550 followers, yet Jelly Bean puts sauce all over her face, eats like a fucking slob, 56,000 followers. Like, it's blowing my mind. I'm so sorry. Y'all caught me on a fucking Thursday rant, and I'm sorry, Taylor, with this, because she had no idea this was coming. But like literally, I was seriously, I was this close. I was this close yesterday of posting a picture of my dearly departed family with the words above it. Why the fuck are these people eating like pigs and getting followers when Tay and I run a podcast and can't get past 600? Please, somebody rationalize this for me. I'm begging you.
Oh my God.
I will bash her food if it'll get us followers. I don't want to eat. I don't want to gain back those 66 pounds. But I will DoorDash Tay some salads or something if you guys will.
Follow us or she's gonna keep making me eat. Oh my God. It all hurts from laughing.
And I'm not talking people that prepare the food, although TikTok is a rabbit hole. I'm going to be flat out honest. TikTok is a rabbit hole. If you start going down a rabbit hole, God help you. May all the gods older help you get the fuck out of that rabbit hole. So there's chefs that I follow. Maddie Matheson, Gordon Ramsay, Jamie Oliver, like chefs, you know. Beardo is another one I follow. But I see these people and they're like, watch me as I plate breakfast for my 1-year-old, and they're throwing Doritos on the fucking plate. And she's like, single mother of 3. Like, watch me plate breakfast for my 1-year-old, and she's cutting up like powdered donuts with a can of Coke. Or these people like what I eat in a day. You want to know what I eat in a day? Today I had a toasted tomato sandwich. That's all I've eaten today, toasted tomato sandwich. Oh my God, if I thought it would have got me followers, I would have made them eat that goddamn sandwich. I would have had some pickles too. My husband and I made pickles. We made pickles and I had some.
Oh.
Get it? Like, what is this phenomenon? Seriously, Kay, I'm thinking we should devote a whole fucking episode of our regular podcast to this topic. I need answers. I need answers. Society frowns upon overweight women. We're looked at in disgust if you're overweight and somebody sees you eating an ice cream, like, right? So why is it okay that you follow an account of somebody that's abusing, and it's abuse. You're watching somebody abuse themselves by eating gastronomical amounts of food. Two intelligent women, and we can't get 600 followers.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Probably gonna lose followers after this, but please somebody tell me why.
Please, anybody just answer my questions.
No, I don't get it. And I am being 100% honest. I don't understand what it is of these mukbangs, whatever you call them.
I don't even know
what the enjoyment is. Competitive eating, yes. I loved watching competitive eating. Because those people work out when they're done. They earn their meals. I don't understand people like Nikado Avocado, who went from being vegan and this big around to 350 pounds and smashing pizza on his face. Like, I don't get it. Why is that entertaining? Why is that entertaining, and us talking about haunted houses or folklore or witchcraft even? Why is that not interesting? We could have a whole fucking episode on the history of Hitler and we wouldn't get followers because they're off watching people eat cheesecake. I don't get it. Don't get it.
Just saying that one part right there about the Hitler, probably gonna have to edit that out.
What? The history of Hitler? He's there. He's history. He's part of his history. I didn't say I approved of him. Anyways, thank you for joining my TED Talk.
Oh.
We're going to say goodbye now because Taylor needs a moment. And if any of you can answer my and you know what? I'm going to be flat out honest. Whore us out to your friends. Tell your friends that they need to follow us because you want to see me go live with Taylor from Scotland. Even hell, I could be in a Scottish pub lit, and I will go live because I think that would be funny and it would be fun to talk. I'm drunk and Taylor's not. Okay. So, anyways, enjoy the rest of the week, friends. We will be back on Sunday. Hopefully, yeah, Sunday with a new episode, and if our guest shows up, we'll be talking to him. If he doesn't, God knows what we'll talk about. Maybe I was just gonna say, make believe.